friends, it's me, Coach Rosa. I happen to be off today, and I had whipped up a batch of my quiche that I enjoy for breakfast, or often as a snack. If it's not for breakfast, it comes in handy, usually after the gym. And I thought I'd share it with you because a lot of you tell me you like my recipes. I find that comical. I'm not very creative when it comes to cooking, but I made a huge pan of it. So as you can see, we've already dug into some. This is my low-carb quiche, and I'll tell you my recipe for it. I also will tell you guys, since I'm going live, good morning, Denise, hi honey, and hey Bill, hi Louise. I had these this weekend at the shower. Hey Sally. So some of you already had this if you went to the baby shower I threw for my daughter this weekend that we had with her friends, and also I make these often. So I put them in cupcake tins, and I'm doing something new. I'm doing this in landscape mode, which means I'm probably looking at the wrong area. I'm doing my best to stay focused on the right spot. You're growing, you're teaching me to step out of my comfort zone and grow, guys, so I really appreciate that. I'm glad you enjoyed them, Louise. And they're not bad for you either. So I thought I'd share with you the recipe, because a lot of you tell me you like my recipes, which I think is hysterical. Thanks, Bill. So I start off with eggs. I doubled the recipe. So I used a dozen eggs. A dozen eggs made about 24, so it made all of these. The other thing I'll do is, so doubling the recipe is 12 eggs and then a cup of milk. Hey Jenna, how are you? Hi Annette. Or Amanda. Oh, honey. Hi, Amanda. So a cup of milk, 12 eggs, and roughly, I'm going to tell you, I add the cheese at the end. So I just sprinkle it in. It's probably equal to a cup's worth of cheese. I found they rise better, they set better, they cook better if you add this last. So I don't mix it into the batter. It's a little harder to do. And my other little trick is sometimes I'll add some half and half because it makes it a little richer. I'm one of those people that rather go full fat than low fat. I'll go low carb, I'll go low sugar, but I won't go low fat because fat fills you up, it satisfies you, and it helps get rid of any of the other cravings, especially for the sweets. This is my secret ingredient. It's Knorr's vegetable soup mix. This is a really good thing. Instead of chopping up all the vegetables and seasoning everything, you just add a packet to this, to that, when you do 12 eggs. So I decided to double the recipe so I could show you that this is the ratio. It would be one of these per 12 eggs, or maybe even a little bit more depending on how you like it. It's very yummy, it tastes good, gives it a great flavor. I actually learned this trick decades ago when I worked for Wegmans. I was in the cheese gourmet department, and we had to make things to sample to people. And you know, back then Wegmans was just a local grocery store. If you're from Rochester, you know it's a great place, it's big. But back then it was just a smaller grocery store. And we added this to eggs and it tasted delicious. Now I threw away the container, but I did do something that I like to do for me. I didn't do this for when I do company for other people. I took a block of tofu, the soft tofu, and I chopped it up and I added it to the mix to give it some extra protein, and this is why it's such a great snack. So it was a dozen eggs, a cup of milk, a container of the Knorr's vegetable soup mix, and mix it all together, cut up some tofu, mix it all together. I let the tofu soak up the flavor of the eggs and the soup mix, and then pour that all in these little cupcake tins. And I will say, because we had a theme of Baby It's Cold Outside, we used silver. For her bridal shower, we used gold. I sprayed the inside of these with a little Pam or whatever that, you know, generic version of spray, cooking spray is. It makes it much easier for them to pop out. The tofu makes it a little firmer, and so it comes out nice and easy. It doesn't stick at all, and they're great snacks. So after the gym, I got to go to the gym today. This was what I snacked on. And then right before you're baking them, sprinkle some cheese on each one, stir it in a little bit so it gets covered up. Preheat the oven at 400 degrees, 17 minutes, good to go. Some of them took as long as 19 minutes. That was the longest. I hope you try the recipe. I hope you liked it. And I'm guessing these are probably like 75 calories each, something like that. Very low carb, hardly any carb, nice amount of protein. We have the tofu and we have the eggs. I put these in plastic baggies, I freeze them, I bring them to work. Hey neighbor! I bring them to work, and then I snack on them whenever I need a snack, especially at the end of the day around 3:30. I get a little hungry, I'll eat a couple of these. That's my snack before the gym. So I got some protein, I got some good food in me, and then I've got the energy. I hope this was helpful, guys. Please share the video. I'd love for you to share it, especially if you found it helpful. Give me a comment, let me know what you thought, and if you give it a try or you have a variation of it, hey, let us know. I'm always up for trying new things. Thanks, guys, for tuning in and watching, and thank you for encouraging me, because like I said, I'm not much of a cook, so the fact that you guys think it's interesting what I whip up is fascinating to me. So I'll keep going out there and trying out new things and sharing it with you, and I just thank you guys, love you guys. Have an awesome day. And I got to figure out how to stop here because I'm doing this from an opposite side.